Hey there, Capricorns. I'm here to do your love reading for September 20th to the 30th. Sorry it's so late. I've been traveling and things have been really busy. But after the Libra reading, you guys and the water signs will be first for the October generals. So I have added some extra personal reading options if you want to take a look at the About section. And I was shuffling the cards, and I'm going to be using like oracle cards and then clarifying them with the Gilded Tarot. But I was shuffling the cards, and the Nine of Swords popped out. So it looks like you guys might be like in a state of inner turmoil, thinking that you are trapped within something. That you can't get out of a situation. And this is love. So I don't know if you feel like you're trapped in a relationship and you can't get out of it, or if you're just like trapped within your mind because you're not really sure where to go or what to do. So we'll just keep that in mind as we go along. So I'm going to do 4 oracle cards. We have Moving On. And that's like the 8 of Cups in the traditional tarot. And then Healing Begins. Trying not to let them glare. And then Detach. And Dreams Coming True. So it looks like here that, yeah, you guys have been feeling like you're trapped in something. Your mind is telling you've been trapped in something. And I know that with the second half of the September general readings, you were trying to find balance in family matters. It seems like people were kind of like getting in your way and like making you feel like things were heavy. By the way, I shuffled the cards before because this table is really loud and I didn't want to annoy you. So yeah, it looks like you might be moving on from a situation. Whether it be marriage or if you're single, then you are either moving on from maybe a relationship that you had and you are now single, or you're moving on from, you know, if you're single now, the thought of maybe like wanting to get into a relationship and you feel like there needs to be healing. Because then we have the Healing Begins card, and it's like you are kind of transforming yourself with this detachment from this way of thinking or from what you're needing to do, these emotions. And ultimately, the universe wants to give you your dreams, the dreams coming true, right? I guess the camera's not on, but you're not going to be able to see them. Okay, so we're moving on. Are we moving on from the emotional aspects of, you know, somebody like either played with your emotions or you've been too emotional. So we're moving on from that situation. Give me 1 second. Somebody's right there. Okay, sorry about that. I was actually waiting for a call and they were calling. So we're moving on from maybe something that was not emotionally satisfying, and it was keeping you trapped within your thoughts, which makes a lot of sense. You don't want to be stuck in that situation, right, where you feel like you're not being emotionally satisfied. And this is why. We have the Judgment card. This is like completion. This is a judgment coming down on something in your life, hold on a second, I'm getting something in. You feel like judgment needs to happen, and it hasn't yet. And I think that maybe it's very slow moving. Like you want this 10 of Cups happiness because you're moving on from this 8 of Cups. And you don't feel like you have this 10 of Cups happiness, full abundance. And you feel like everything is kind of in slow motion with the Page of Pentacles. And this is an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And it's almost like you feel stuck. You don't feel like you're being offered anything of emotionally abundant. I know this is a pentacle, but I'm getting the feeling that there is something that was hidden, and you want that judgment to be rained down on whatever was hidden. But it's really slow going. Like everybody's kind of moving like molasses. But you want this 10 of Cups, so that's why you're moving on. So we're going to start healing. Yikes. Wow, you guys like want to throw every card out. That's okay. I get it. I get it. So we have Death, which makes sense, healing. There will be a transformation. Death card, I know, Death is a really scary card, but it's not, because it's a transformation within you. It's a feeling like you can, it's like right before a rebirth. But something has to die to be reborn. And with the 9 of Pentacles, this lady looks really happy in her garden, but she is not fully, she's not at the 10. So she looks happy, but she's alone. So maybe this healing that is happening will be within you. And you can feel abundant with just the 9 of Pentacles. You don't have to have the 10 of Pentacles to be fully abundant. And maybe that's not what you want. You don't want to have, like, you don't feel like you need to have all of these material possessions. You feel like you need to have 10 cups of love, but not the material side of it. And everybody likes material possessions, but that's the 3D version saying this is what you think you need. So now we're going to detach, which is actually very I don't know if it's like an isolation stage where you're just going to sit within your thoughts, because we don't have any swords here yet. We have pentacles, which could be representing you. You feel like things are going very slow towards this judgment, but you want to move on to it. You want to move on to full happiness. And you're definitely transforming. So, you feel like maybe you need to either detach from a situation, a marriage, a relationship. Maybe you need to detach from your social life for a little bit to kind of gain clarity and open yourself up a little bit. Because with the 9 of Wands, you're exhausted. Like, this guy has been fighting a battle. And all those wands behind him are standing by themselves. Maybe you guys are fighting the battle with yourself. But if you feel like you've been fighting a battle all of the time, of course, with the 4 of Cups, you're going to turn your back on love and who's offering you love. So this transformation does need to happen. And maybe you feel like you do need to turn your back on any kind of love, any kind of emotion right now. Which makes sense. I mean, if you've been hurt, makes sense. If you feel like you need to walk away from an emotional situation, we do have swords. I didn't even think that. I forgot about this card. Being trapped within your own thoughts. You could be deceiving yourself. But we have two, I mean, you know, we have 2 9s. Like, you're almost there. You're almost there. You're almost there. You know, you don't have to be trapped in this 9 of Swords state, especially with the transformation coming. You don't have to feel defeated. So detaching yourself from that defeat situation could make you feel like you want to turn away all of those emotions, all of that possible love that could be coming in. So we want our dreams to come true. The last oracle card. We want our dreams to come true. And we have another 9. It's like you guys are almost there. You can taste it. You can touch it. You can feel it. There's a lot of emotions going on. And, you know, I can see that. I can see why. So dreams coming true, 9 of Cups. This is kind of the dreams coming true card. These are both the 9. This is 9 of Cups in the traditional tarot. So you're looking for your dreams to come true, and then the Ace of Wands pops out, and this is an opportunity. This is passion. This is fire. So you could have a fire sign. You could have another earth sign. I'm gonna say this air over here is you and your thoughts. But you could definitely be working, you know, Death is Scorpio. You could be working with a water sign, because there's a lot of cups in here. But I feel like the cups might be emotions, your emotions. But you could be having like a passionate new beginning coming in that you've been waiting for. This is what you've been dreaming for. These, you know, this fiery passion that shows a lot of emotion and a lot of abundance. You could be the fiery passion that wants to show that abundance, but you know that you have to heal and detach and transform. And maybe you don't know that, because you've been in this 9 of Wands. I mean, we have the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles. That's every single element. You guys are almost there. And with this transformation and this healing, and maybe detaching yourself from, like, maybe you don't need to have this love right now, because you need to heal and transform within yourselves. Because you want this fiery passion. You don't just want the 9 of Cups. You don't want the 9 of Wands anymore. You know, you don't want the 9 of Swords. So, again, balancing yourself. And if this is a family situation and you feel like you need to bring some kind of judgment on somebody or walk away because there is maybe feeling like there was a deception, but it's going really slowly. I mean, like this guy walking in the sand in this oracle card, he's not running. I love this transformation that's happening. You know, and you're so tired. You're going to detach from things, from love, from opportunities, from offers coming in, because you're so tired. It's almost feeling like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody to come around. For somebody to notice, I'm not happy. You're not happy. How do we fix this unhappiness? You're waiting for somebody to maybe, or somebody's waiting for you to open up with this judgment, you know, and say, hey, listen, this is where we are. We can't get any further if we don't transform either our relationship. You can't get any further. You know, maybe you need to bring the judgment upon yourself. I hate saying that. I hate saying judge yourself, because I don't really feel like it's judging yourself. Because when we're in the 9 of Swords state, it's like we are, in our minds, we're deceiving ourselves. We're telling ourselves that we're just not good enough. Why doesn't anybody love me? What's wrong with me? What did I ever do? It happens. So I can understand. I really do, but it looks like maybe this transformation, you might want to give it more of an opportunity. Instead of being in this state of, I'm not taking anything, in the state of this 4 of Cups state, saying, I'm not giving of myself, I'm just rejecting everything. I'm going to fully detach from everything because I'm exhausted. You may want to look at this as an opportunity to heal, because it kind of seems like this transformation is coming, but you're fighting it, right? Fighting it. Why are you fighting it? Everybody, it's like change is a continuous process. I don't feel like, and it's so funny because sometimes change is really hard. It's really hard. But changing yourself is probably like the hardest thing, because you do have to place judgment on yourself and say, what are the things that are wrong with me, but not in a way where you're being negative towards yourself. You're kind of being more realistic. And Capricorns are good about that, you know? They want that stability. So I don't feel like you should just turn away just because you're tired, you know? Yes, detaching sometimes helps to heal, but if you stay in that state too long, you will start deceiving yourself with thoughts. And it, you know, dreams are coming true. You can go from the 9 of Cups state to this 10 of Cups state that you want, right? You can be passionate. So I think like taking the slow path is fine. And sure, wanting to move on is, you know, sometimes you want to run away. But running away and detaching yourself sometimes isn't the best way to go about things. Especially, you know, if you've been committed to somebody for a long time and you know that you love them. I like this reading. I feel very heavy. I feel like there's a lot going on with you guys. I feel very heavy. So I hope that this helped a little. If you do want a personal reading to make it more specific and not so general, there's different options in the About section. I think I already said that. And yeah, I will probably start working on the like 1st to 15th October general readings, either like towards the end of this week or the beginning of next week. I have a couple personal readings to do too. So thanks, guys. I will see you soon.